Hi guys, and welcome to another video, and this is gonna be season 2 of Bedtime Coding.
This season is all about the websites. Today we'll just do some introduction, like how the web works in general. So you can see this picture. So assume this is us.
So, did you draw this?
Yeah, I did.
That's actually really impressive.
No, those are not. Those are existing icons, stamps.
Oh, then what? Then how about the computer?
Yeah, it's from this tool.
Oh, looks like it's drawing.
Yeah.
Except for the server thing, there's like a cloud PNG and a road server.
So imagine this is us. We are this user. So we're trying to visit a website, right? So we have this computer. So this can be a computer, this can be iPad, can be a phone. On the device, we have a browser. So the browser is like Chrome, Safari, Firefox, all those things.
Yeah, I know.
So
I
this is a browser.
just heard what is Firefox. Like I just know it like a few days ago.
So the user uses the device, open up a browser to visit a website. So the user type in address, right? Like www.gingerxy.com, for example. So what happens is here, the browser will go to the cloud, into the internet, on the internet, to the server. So the server actually has all the code about that website. The browser makes a request to the server, and the server get the request and decide if it wants to answer to the browser. So if it thinks it's okay, you're not a hacker, you're doing just want to visit my stuff, the browser will now send back something called a response. So the response will be going to the browser, and the browser as a tool will analyze what's in the response. So when the server gives back some information, the browser will check what that information is. Sometimes it's a picture, right? Sometimes it's a video. Sometimes
Animation.
Sometimes
GIF.
Sometimes it's a GIF. Is some types of image, right?
Like images that move, like go
yeah.
round and repeat,
Yeah.
or like a spinning circle. Nice.
So there can be a lot of different types of content it gives back. So there can be other things like some type of music, maybe, yeah. Any type of files that gets back to the browser will be able to tell what type of file that is, and then try to play it or view it or something like that. The website is being built by those stuff. There are images, there are videos, there are text, there are voice, all those things on the page, right? So how to arrange those things to show the user on a page, that's what also a browser will do. So some of the responses comes back. It's not a pure image or pure video, text, or anything, but it's a piece of code. So in that case, they will return something like HTML and CSS, JavaScript.
And Python.
Python is not going to be returned.
Okay.
So those three things, they work together to show you the page, usually when you see on a web page. So you see something on the left, there's a menu, something on the right, there's a picture. That's all those three things work together to show you this. I think you know a little bit about this, but do you know what does HTML do?
It does runs the code in a website.
So HTML is the code. So when you inspect a website, you see those things we call elements. So those elements, there are a lot of those, right? So HTML, they have different elements. Those elements will be placed onto the page. The browser doesn't know where to put those elements in the right place. Also, those elements, what the color is it? Do they have a border? Where do they go? All those things the browser doesn't know. So it's like the building blocks, like a Lego piece blocks. And what the CSS does is to help those elements to be put in the right place, and also what color, what style, those things. So the CSS is like the style part
Okay.
of the page. So it rules those elements to help the elements
Okay.
arrange them, where to go, how they look, and those things. Yeah. So CSS usually be put on top of the elements. Each element will have its own style. That's part of the CSS. And then we have JavaScript. JavaScript is like the controller. So it controls those style and elements. So a website can run without JavaScript. Even without JavaScript, you have CSS and HTML, you will have a page there. But it's not going to do anything on the page. It's not dynamic. It's a static page, we call that. A static page, it doesn't have anything to interact with. So for example, you click a button, but nothing happens, right? So HTML and CSS, they are just the presentation part of the page. They are not doing much of the control. They have some, in the CS, they have some control. They can do a very limited kind of things. But if you want to put a lot of logic to it, that's where JavaScript comes in.
So in the HTML, isn't there something like div and then there like body, there's head, something?
Yeah, so those are the elements.
Okay.
So that's what we
I
call
thought
elements.
these things was the thing that contain the elements.
Those are the elements themselves. And the CSS is putting the styles on top of those elements to make them look nice, put them in the right
Like
place.
cake toppings. Like the elements is just the blank cake. Like with nothing, and then like the style decorated with like toppings, cream and stuff.
Yeah.
Or
Something
maybe
like that.
JavaScript makes it a bit more.
JavaScript is the human who's making the cake. So JavaScript controls where and how you put things, and it can change things when dynamically when people visiting the site. If someone click a button, something happens. That's JavaScript.
So when we make our first website, let's just make a simple cake clicker game, maybe. That's what I'm thinking.
JavaScript does the control. So those three things, they work together and make you the full experience of your web experience. And also when they work together, they can also, the browser can also do the request again. So if you click a button somewhere, the JavaScript can tell the browser, and the browser goes to the server, and the server responds to you.
But what if like there was something like, what if like it thinks you're the hacker and doesn't respond? Like, is it still response?
It still responds. In that case, it will respond something else. It's not a normal response.
So, but what if the hacker like goes do it over and over, and then it's gonna malfunction?
Yes. So what you said over and over, there are like a zillion requests to the server. The hack does. That's called a attack.
And is there any way to stop it?
So this is what you described is called an attack. That attack. The name is DDos attack. DDos attack. So if someone make a DDoS attack to the server, if you have a good firewall or something on the server, yeah, it's some kind of firewall, web application firewall. So it will stop the attack.
So is WAF a really good one?
Yeah, WAF is something
like the most famous one.
No, it's just a tool, the name of a tool. There are different types of WAF that can stop this kind of attack. But it depends. Sometimes hackers are better they are using not one machine but a million machine to do the tag.
Yeah.
And the web might not be able to handle that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's a very advanced stuff later. Maybe sometime I'll teach you, but this is not part of this season. This season, you just learn the basic websites. So I think our focus will be on the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript first. So you can make some website locally. And if we make good progress, maybe we'll do something on the server side as well.
But what if we get a DD or with DDoS attack?
No one's gonna attack you. You're not that famous. It's okay. We just have a server. It's not working. It's fine.
What if someone actually does?
Then your website is gonna be down. So the server will be crashed, and then you cannot serve any further traffic. So other people trying to visit your server, the website at the same time, cannot visit your website.
What did it say?
It will say too busy, or it will say 500 error. So inside the response, there's always a status code. The status code will give you some indication whether the server thinks it's a legit response or not.
Okay.
Legal, like a real, it's okay. Or it gives you something.
Then what if if it finds out there's lots of them of the same account, what if can't they just shut the website for that account by themselves?
That's what the web does. So when you request the server identify you as an attacker, it will stop the traffic to you. You will always get what we call a 404.
Oh, 404. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that. Sometimes. So you know how a long time ago when I do mathematics, suddenly one day it went 404. So I had to type in it, and then I had to do the thing.
So 404 usually means the website is not there. It's not available. It's down. So, or in that case, when we give back to the hacker, will be 403. So that means we deny your access. Okay.
So then what happens?
So the browser will not do anything. It will show your page say access denied. It cannot show anything.
But that isn't the actual page. So it wouldn't harm it, right?
It won't harm everyone else visiting the server because it's just showing that 403 to the attacker. So everyone else will get a success status code. A success status code is 200. So if you get a 200 from the server, the browser will get the content of the HTML, JS, whatever, to render the page.
So what's like the other 401, 403,
Yeah, there are a lot of those codes.
500.
It's not for this lesson. We will talk about those status codes later in further lessons. And most likely that will be a server-side lesson. If you do good on the client-side JavaScript, CSS, HTML, when you do the server-side, we will teach you about all those things. It's still very far away from your level at the moment.
Like a mountain away?
Yeah, a mountain. 2-3 mountains away, maybe. So you climb those 3 mountains first, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and then we can talk about server-side stuff. So if you learn something in the Python can act as the server-side. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
GitHub.
When we're there. I think that's good enough.
Probably that's it for today.
Yeah.
So bye.